UFC 275 Teixeira versus Prochazka takes place this weekend, and I decided I'm gonna go through the entire full card predictions. Sorry I didn't do this 3 days ago. My internet's been breaking. I tried posting this last night, just said it couldn't go through. So I'm back on the phone, guys. Sorry, my computer's just not working right now. And yeah, full card predictions. Yeah, let's get straight into it. Sorry, this is on the phone. I'm still gonna post my individual breakdowns, prediction videos. I'll post one later, but full card prediction, starting with the early prelim opener of Jocelyn Edwards versus Ramona Pascal. I am gonna be leaning the side of Jocelyn Edwards here. Ramona Pascal she's all right. Like, she does have wins here now over 2-0 opponent. Oh no, not the greatest opponents, let's be real. Jocelyn Edwards is pretty good though. 10-4, 26 years old, still young. She is just coming off a bit of a losing streak. To good fighters though, Jessica Rose Clark and Carol Rosa. But though both of those fighters are really good though. I mean, Rose Clark is not the best, but like Carol Rose is pretty good. She beat Yanan Wu in her debut. I think this fight will go exactly like the Yanan Wu fight. I think she'll win a close decision with her cardio. Actually, Ramona Pascal, she's good. She has some good wrestling. She does have some good wrestling. And she did lose to Jocelyn Nunez, and she did show toughness in that fight. But I'm not really looking for the toughness here, man. I don't see a Jocelyn Edwards sleeping Ramona Pascal out cold with one punch. I just don't see that happening. I'm looking at the technical skill here. I think she has wrestling. She could out-grapple Edwards. We've seen Rose Clark can do it. Carol Rosa can do it. But I think those women are a little bit more of a... Okay. I think they're a little bit more of a level and a level above than Pascal. We don't know much about Pascal. I'm going to go Edwards winning 2-1 on rounds with damage and winning. It's damage-based scoring. I think she wins it. Moving on up the card, I'm going Jocelyn Edwards. Silvana Gomez Juarez versus Ningliang. I'm going to go with Ningliang. I'm going to go Ningliang here. I think Ningliang is pretty... I think this is not a good matchup. I'm going to go Ningliang, though, getting this one done. Silvana Gomez Juarez is pretty good, but her IQ sucks. One of the worst IQs I've seen in women's MMA. Like, I know there's a lot of them, but, like... her losses are so dumb. Like, Lupita Godinez, I'll get to the bad loss. Absolute trash. Like, no. Lupita Godinez, it's not a bad loss. She took down short notice. Oh, well, you lost to Lupita Godinez. She had nothing for her in that fight. Godinez is really good. But against Vanessa Demopoulos, that's where it was like, IQ, question mark? Like, she looked good in that fight. She dropped Demopoulos really badly to, like, where she could have got a KO. Put herself right into an armbar. Should have stood it back up and just pounded away on Demopoulos. Stupid that she didn't do that. I don't think she's that good. She's 37. I'm going to go Ningliang getting this one done. Ningliang's not good as well, 19.5, but she's 25 years old, other than she's 37. And she does have a bit of arm bars in her career. Over 2-0, 0-0. I'll go for her by armbar. She did lose to Ariane Carlosi, but she was looking good in that fight. But before gassing out, so she was looking good. I think she dropped Carlosi early in that fight, but I think she'll go out there. It'll be scrappy. Maybe they're both scrappy. Liang tags Juarez, and Juarez shoots a bad takedown. And then I think if she shoots a bad takedown, then I think Liang will push over, get full guard, get the arm bar. I think that'll be happen. Now Liang gets it done. Moving on up the card. I don't know why I'm on this page. Kang versus Dana Bakkarel. What am I recording? Oh my goodness. Imagine I didn't have freaking microphone. Okay. I'm gonna be going on the side of Dana Bakkarel here. Kang's not good, man. I don't think he's that good. He is good. Oh, I clicked this thing right here. Okay. Why is that there? I'm gonna be going for Dana Bakkarel here, winning rounds, last 2 rounds with the grappling. First round will be a bit scrappy. I just don't see anything good out of Kang. Dana Bakkarel is coming off a bad loss, and he's 12-3. He did lose to Chris Gutierrez by spinning back fist, but things happen. You get spinning back fist KO'd. Things happen. It's the sport of MMA. You know, he was looking really good in that fight. Got spinning back fist and elbowed. Things happen. And it's Chris Gutierrez. He's pretty good. So, not bad there. He did beat Brandon Davis, Kevin Natividad, Guido Canetti. Not bad. Not good opponents whatsoever, especially Kevin Natividad. But Guido Canetti's coming off a win now over Chris Matinho, so that's kind of aging well for him. I think I'm going to have to go for Dana Bakkarel here, using the grappling in the last 2 rounds. Kang's good. He does have grappling himself, and we've seen Dana Bakkarel has struggled with the grappling before in his career, in the later rounds. But he's 34. I don't think he has it anymore. He lost to Ronnie Yaya. I know Ronnie Yaya is alright, but he's not good, Ronnie Yaya. I hope Garbrandt knocks him out cold in the first, very badly. But you see, he goes to close decision with Brandon Davis, Leo Pingyang. You know, Brandon Davis split decision. He could have lost that fight. Bakkarel finished him in round 1. That was a good version of Kang done as well. Teruto Ishihara, not good. And against Ronnie Yaya, he did show some good power. But if you're going to go... He did show some good power in round 1. But eventually got out-grappled. Like, I think this will be exactly like that fight. But Bakkarel will show a better chin than Ronnie Yaya. Bakkarel, 30-27 win. I don't know. Moving on, 30-27. Jake Matthews versus Andre Fialho. I'm gonna go Andre Fialho. I like Andre Fialho. I think he's very good. Matthews is also very good. I like Fialho. He's staying so active. Really active here. He said at UFC 274 he'd be back on this card, so he's back. I like Andre Fialho here. I really do. I really do like Andre Fialho here. Jake Matthews, the Celtic kid, he's good. I like Jake Matthews. Like, he's not a guy just to sleep on here. Like, don't sleep on Jake Matthews. Like, he's good. He did lose to Sean Brady, but Sean Brady just beat Michael Chiesa last year. And Sean Brady's a top contender now, and he looked pretty good in that fight. But Matthews is a struggle of gassing out, and I think Fialho has a bit of a good gas tank, if I'm being quite honest with you. You know, like, he slept Cameron Van Camp out cold in round 1 pretty badly. I know he got rocked in that fight, but I don't see Matthews out-grappling him. I don't see Matthews out-striking him. We haven't seen Fialho test with the grappler yet, so this is a big test. I really hope he wins this one, though, because, yeah, I kind of hope he wins. Miguel Baeza, he beat him. I don't see Matthews doing good from striking from range. I think Matthews just put a heavy grappling game plan here to slow down Fialho. He did lose to Miguel Baeza, but listen, if that was freaking full camp, for Fialho, that's Fialho's win, probably. Fialho did really well against Bahia. I'm gonna go Andre Fialho. Getting a decision win here. 29-28. I think Matthews will have a good round somewhere. Maybe Matthews will have a good first round. Second round's close, but Fialho gets it based off a knockdown. Third round's Fialho. 29-28 Fialho. Moving on up the card. Hayasir Meheshot, if I'm saying that correctly, versus Steve Garcia. I think we're on the prelims now, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we're on the prelims when we hit Fialho Matthews. I'm gonna go with Hayasir Meheshot here. Steve Garcia, man. Okay. I know Steve Garcia's good. He's not that good, though. He's not that great. Like, he's alright. But, like, he's not that great. Like, Carlion Tavares, I know he won that one, but it's not a good win. On Tavares is basically a free win. Seriously. Like, it's not a good win whatsoever. I know I've looked at Hayasir Meheshot. He's 6-1. He's 22 years old. He beat a good opponent in that last one against Chilis Esmadura. I'm saying that correctly. Before that, he hasn't faced great competition, though. He did lose to an 0-1 guy. 0-1 guy. Seriously, not a good look. I think he's going to go out there. I think I'm going to have to go with Hayasir Meheshot here. He's young. He's 22 years old. Steve Garcia's 30. Not old or anything, but, like, yeah. On Tavares, he struggled in that fight a little bit against On Tavares as well. He eventually toughed through and won, but I think how old's On Tavares? 33? 30. Okay. I think Meheshot beats him. First round KO with relative ease. Luis Pena's not a good loss to have. Same with Alon Cruz. And I know he went to a split decision of Ricky Tercios, but that's back in 2016. I'm going for Hayasir Meheshot here. I think he wins it. Moving on up the card. 2. First round KO for Meheshot. Sungwoo Choi versus Joshua Kalibao. Alright, Joshua Kalibao is actually a good underdog here, so put some bets on him, because he's actually a good underdog. I'm not going to pick him, though. I'm going to go Sungwoo Choi, but Joshua Kalibao has a decent chance of winning this. I watched some of his fights. 28 years old. Like, he looked good against Shaylan Nurdinbeke. Really good in that fight. He beat Nurdinbeke. And he went to a draw of Charles Jourdain. Not bad. I know he lost to Jalen Turner, but Jalen Turner's a monster, man, in that division. I think he's very, very good. I know Sungwoo Choi is coming off a loss to Alex Caceres, but Caceres he was winning that fight. He landed a knee. That kind of screwed him over. I think he's good enough to win against Kalibao. Caceres arguably could have won against Sadiq Yusuf, though, in their fight. He did win against Julian Rosa. Knocked out Julian Rosa in round 1 to see how good Rosa's doing. Beat Zalal and Mokhtarian. He did lose to Gavin Tucker and Movsar Evloev, but Tucker's good. Evloev's doing good. He just beat Ike last weekend. I'm going to go for Sungwoo Choi, winning the first 2 rounds here, losing the last round. Just barely winning a close decision. Kalibao's good, though. But I'm going to go Sungwoo Choi, landing the harder shots and more shots. Moving on up the card. Headliner of the prelims, Brendan Allen versus Jacob Malkoon. I gotta go for Brendan Allen here. I think this might be a lock of the card. Not lock, but like a confident pick on the card. Jacob Malkoon's good. I like Jacob Malkoon. Actually, I like Jacob Malkoon. He's proved me wrong a lot of times. I picked AJ Dobson to outstrike him at range. Exactly what happened. Or I think I said Dobson KO or something like that. I said Dobson would win. He won that fight. He beat Abdul Razak Al-Hassan. I said Abdul Razak Al-Hassan would beat him. He proved me wrong there. If he proves me wrong one more time against Allen, with his wrestling again, I'm actually gonna... This guy will be on my radar. Like an actual... Okay. I don't know what that was. I just think Allen, I don't think Dobson and Abdulrazak Al-Hassan, those guys were good strikers. Allen's more so of a mediocre striker, good grappler. I'm gonna go Allen here. I saw nobody doing this. I'm gonna go Brendan Allen, heel hook round 1. I think he'll go for it. Malkin might go for it against the cage and that and do some clinch. But he did get KO'd by Phil Hawes. That's not a bad loss though. Phil Hawes is really good. Yeah. And it's his debut as well. I think Allen gets a heel hook in round 1. Allen's good. He did beat Sam Alvey, which seriously isn't good, that great. He didn't look good in the striking, but what's Malkin gonna do to him in the striking? Malkin ain't Chris Curtis. Malkin ain't Strickland. Malkin ain't Punelli Soriano. And even then Allen scolded him at range. Yeah, I'm gonna go Brendan Allen, heel hook round 1. I think he gets it. Moving on the card, to the main card. Jack Della Maddalena versus Ramazan Emeev. I wish Fialho Matthews was replacing that, because this is important, but it's not really that important. I'm gonna go Jack Della Maddalena here. I like Jack Della Maddalena. Ramazan Emeev is pretty good as well. Ramazan Emeev is really good as well. He did lose to Danny Roberts. But he won. No, he clearly won against Danny Roberts. I don't know why I said he lost to Danny Roberts. He clearly won that fight against Danny Roberts. It was a complete robbery. If you have eyes, that he won every single round. But in those rounds closely, Roberts made it close and competitive. Surely he won every round in a close rounds. But Danny Roberts should be an easy win for you. Francisco Trinaldo just handled him like nothing. David Zawada, he makes fights really competitive. The David Zawada fight, competitive. Zawada lands more strikes in that one of those rounds, he wins. Nicholas Doze, he just lost last weekend to Benoit Saint Denis. Not a good look. He won that fight, but okay, you won that fight. I just don't think he wins here. Anthony Rocco Martin handled him as well. I'm gonna go Jack Della Maddalena here. I think Maddalena's good, 25 years old, looked good in his debut against Pete Rodriguez. Shook the jitters off UFC jitters off in his debut. Now he's in here for his second time. He didn't fight the best opponent in Pete Rodriguez. I'd say Emeev's better than Pete Rodriguez. But he beat Angie Lusa. He's good. He's fought 6-2, 7-2, 2-0, 4-0. 4-2, not the best, but I'm going to pick him to win here by decision. I think he'll get a decision here. 29-28. Maybe, no, 30-27. I think he'll get a shutout performance on Emeev. I trust Maddalena. And he can be a huge threat moving forward if he wins this. Moving on up the card, Rogerio Bontorin versus Manel Kape. I'm gonna go with Manel Kape. I think I'm gonna go for here. Bontorin's pretty good, but I think Kape's really good, man. I like watching Manel Kape fight. Manel Kape seems pretty good. 17-6, 20 years old, only still 28. He did destroy Zalgas Magulov and Ode Osborne. Zalgas, who arguably could have won last weekend against Jeff Molina. And even if you thought Molina won, making it close with Molina, as Kape absolutely destroyed him in round 1. But in Ode Osborne, he flying kneed Ode Osborne. We just seen Osborne again last week. Just KOs Zaruk Adeshev out cold in round 1. He did lose to Mateus Nicolau. He's looking good for himself. He just beat David Dvorak. He's looking pretty good himself. Even if you think Nicolau won that fight, it's not a bad loss. He arguably won that fight. It was I think that was a bit of a robbery. He did lose to Alejandro Pantoja in his debut. you know, in his debut. You know, it was his debut, and you look at it in the third round, debut against Pantoja. You know, he beat Kaya Sakura, Ryzen, Takei Muzugaki, Ryzen as well. He did lose to Kyoji Horiguchi there, but I think he'll beat Rogerio Bontorin. Let's go to Bontorin here. I like Bontorin, 30 years old. He did lose to Brandon Royval, which isn't a bad loss. He arguably could have won that fight. But he gets rocked at moments, man. He's kind of a chinny fighter. He gets rocked by Royval at moments. Matt Chanel at moments. He did win against Matt Chanel, but lost to Kakia France by KO pretty badly. Ray Borg kind of got beat up there. I think he'll lose to Cap. Maybe he'll get out grappled Cap early on, but I think at the end of the round, Cap will get KO. Similar to the Kakia France fight. I think he'll get the job done. Moving on up the card with combos against the cage. Moving on up the card, Weili Zhang versus Ioane and Jacek. The rematch, the rematch. I'm gonna go with Weili Zhang. I think Weili Zhang gets this one done. I like Weili Zhang here. I can't trust Ioane after a layoff, man. I just can't trust Ioane after a layoff. That was a great fight the first time. I'm gonna make a prediction and breakdown for this tomorrow, so you can check it out there. Sorry for both. This is a weird week. Sorry for posting this so late, but I can't get through. We'll see though. But Weili Zhang, I thought Weili Zhang won the first fight rounds, the first 2 rounds, and maybe the 4th round can go to her. I rewatched that like 2 weeks ago. It was a great fight, one of the best fights, female fights ever. But I just don't trust Ioane here, man. I don't trust her. She beat Michelle Waterson, but where's Michelle Waterson? Just lost to Marina Rodriguez, out with injuries. Where is she? Same with Tisha Torres. That's a good win. Torres arguably could have won against Mackenzie Dern and is on a good streak right now. You know? But I just don't trust her, man. I don't trust her coming back. Zhang made her retire for 2 years. And since that Ioane fight, the first fight, Ioane hasn't fought anyone. Zhang fought Rose. Yeah. She fought Rose twice. First fight, she got head kicked. Oh well, things happen. Second fight, she arguably could have won. I don't know. That's even. At first, I thought Zhang could have won that, but that can go actually either way. It's whatever you score that fight. It's kind of opinion based there. I think she's been too active. She fought 7 months ago. 7 months ago, as Ioane has been out for 2 years and 3 months. You know, I'm gonna go Zhang Weili, getting this one done in the first 2 rounds. It's a 3-rounder. I think Zhang Weili gets it done. First 2 rounds. Maybe you want to come back in the third. I'll make more of an in-depth prediction of a breakdown for this. But yeah, moving on up the card to co-main event. Valentina Shevchenko versus Tyler Santos. I'm gonna go Shevchenko. Surprise, surprise. I just don't see Santos getting it here, man. I don't know what to prove that she wins against Shevchenko. She does have good wins. Tyler Santos. She's 19-1, which is a very good record. 28 years old. She beat Joanne Wood, but Joanne Wood we've seen is not looking good lately. Just lost to Alexa Grasso. You know, she beat Roxanne Modafferi, but she couldn't finish Modafferi. She couldn't finish Jillian Robertson. Had tough times in those fights. Molly McCann she couldn't finish. Lost to Mara Romero Barella, which isn't good. 11-9. She arguably could have won that fight based off damage, but That's not a good look making it that close as well. You expecting to believe that you're gonna beat Shevchenko if you're losing, or at least making it close against Mara Romero Barella only in 2019. I know that's a bit ago now, but it's only 3 years. Not that long. I know in the sport it's different, but like, I'm gonna go Shevchenko, man. I trust Shevchenko to win. I think this will be like the Maya fight. I'm not gonna do a prediction for this because there's just no point. Because we already know what's really gonna happen. But yeah, Laura Murphy, she beat, good performance. Same to Andrade fight. Andrade fight really impressed me. I actually picked Andrade to beat her. I think it'll be like the Maya fight. It'll be close. People will give respect to Santos after for taking down Shevchenko at 1 round, winning 1 round, but overall Shevchenko will win 4-1. It'll be like the Maya fight. And yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Shevchenko 4-1. And yeah. And maybe Santos drops her one of the rounds, I don't know. Moving on. Up the card to the main event. Glover Teixeira versus Yuri Prochazka. I'm gonna go with Glover. I'm gonna go Glover Teixeira here. I can't stop doubting this guy. I can't doubt this guy now, man. I keep doubting this guy. I'm gonna stop now. I like Yuri, man. I really do like Yuri. But he's 28-3. 1 draw. I think he had a draw then. Yeah. He has a ground problem. If you don't notice this, he does have a ground problem. If you don't know, like, he has problems on the ground, man. If you don't know this with Yuri, man, like, Dominic Reyes in their fight. I think Reyes, I'll make a prediction and breakdown for this actually later today. Cause I need to hurry up with content. I can't just waste any, like, tomorrow. I'm gonna actually do this later today. But Dominic Reyes, like, he got an awesome spinning elbow. But man, he got taken down in that fight quite easily, and he does something, he pushes his hips up. He, like, pushes his hips up. To, like, I don't know why. He just pushes them up. And it gives up his back. I think that's where Glover's going to win. He did it against Reyes, but Reyes was just trying to get a breather in. He didn't really care what he was going to do to on the ground to Yuri. Volkan Ozdemir, in that fight, he got cracked by Ozdemir a lot. He got cracked by Ozdemir a lot in that first round. He did eventually win by KO. Good job. Good win over Ozdemir by KO. But, like, again, he got cracked a lot in that fight. Glover can crack. He can. He cracked Blachowicz. And even that Blachowicz fight, Blachowicz had nothing for him, man. Absolutely nothing. I'm being quite honest with you. He cracked Blachowicz on the feet. He destroyed Blachowicz, outclassed him. And he beat Santos. I think he wins. He beat Smith as well. I think Glover can get it. And even then, I think Prochazka has more to worry here. Yeah, he gets taken down a lot of fights. Like, he got killed by Muhammad Al-Lawal there. King Mo. You know, he did beat Vadim Nemkov. But Vadim Nemkov, in that fight, was grappling him. But Yuri did a lot of damage from bottom. I think he'll do this here. But I think Glover's more going to capitalize than Vadim Nemkov will. You know? And we see now Vadim Nemkov is the Bellator heavyweight champion. You know? A lot of other people do it as well. I'm going to go back. I think one other guy did it as well. If I'm not mistaken. Where is it? Carl Albrechtsen. He won that fight, but Albrechtsen not the same grappler as Glover, and he still was able to get out grappled. Not the same grappling level as Glover. I'm going Glover. I'll make a prediction breakdown for this later. Yeah, this is the full card breakdown. Finally did it for UFC 275. You're welcome. Peace out.